Right, lady apes, gentlemen apes, this is ApeAndy, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, this is Andy. Now, color not up because price of GME is down. Also, our beloved meme stock, AMC price is a little bit down, but not to be too disappointed because sharing individual opinions about what could be happening is that regulatory bodies are getting the rules ready. It takes time. So patience is of essence here. And so now you can see that the overall market, for example, Facebook, for example, PayPal, after their earnings, price went straight off the cliff after hours because their earnings were after hours, right? Okay, so why is that? One possibility is that these SHF, one of the YouTube viewers, thank you for viewing, commented that he put forward a motion to call SHF SHIPPY hedge funds. Okay, so from now on, SHF means SHIPPY hedge funds. Now these SHF, they are selling their long positions and for collateral to get ready. What are you saying, ApeAndy? I'm saying that, in short, in a nutshell, in summary, the SHF are selling their long positions in PayPal and Facebook to get enough cash to meet the upcoming, possible for them, margin call. They have to be prepared for every scenario, right? Okay, just as the apes, the retails, are hoping for a squeeze leading to MOAS, the SHF are preparing to face that. So they're selling their long positions in crypto, in PayPal, and Facebook for cash to get ready for a possible margin call. That is why. So therefore, it is a sign in the direction of the retail. Good for retail, actually. So do not be disappointed at the price of GME going down, even though there's good news from S&P indices saying that GME will be going into the S&P Midcap 400. So good news, price tanks, don't be disappointed. It actually proves manipulation. It actually tells you the enemy is scared. It actually tells you that the enemy is still trying their best to get retail apes, you, to sell. So, and if you sell, they get to cover at a lower price. Once they cover at a lower price, they have profits. If you buy and hold and don't sell until your life-changing price, then if you sell at that very high price, then they cover at that very high price and they make a loss. So that's how it works. In every trade, there is a buy and a sell. There's a sell and a buy, right? Okay, so the fact is, the SHF are selling their long positions in the overall stock market, like PayPal, like Facebook, in order to have cash. Because PayPal earnings were good, Facebook earnings were good. Why did it tank after hours so much, like falling off a cliff? Obviously, sold in large chunks for cash. Cash for what? For possible margin call, for possible upcoming squeeze. Right? Because those apes, those retails just won't go away. They just keep buying and holding. I'm SHF, right? Putting on my red hat. I got to cover sometimes, right? If the apes sold, I cover at a lower price. If the apes buy and hold and don't sell, if the retail buy and hold and don't sell, then eventually when I cover, it's going to be a higher price. I'm going to make a loss. So I have to sell my long positions in other stocks to have enough cash to meet the upcoming possible margin call, because I don't want to get margin called. I'm SHF. I'm putting on my red team hat, thinking like the enemy. Okay. So please bear that in mind. And actually, if you look at it this way, like I said in a previous video, good news for GME and price tanks. Wow, that's even better for retail. Buy at discounts. You know, a knife cuts both ways for the SHF. If they push the price too low, institutional buyers will say, hey, that's a value buy, jump in. Whales will say, hey, that's a really good discount, jump in. So after good news, after good earnings, when you see the price of GME goes down, don't be disappointed. It actually means it's a better value buy at a better discount. So once again, that strategy applies. Buy and hold, right? So there's an old saying, all good things comes to those who wait. Patience is a virtue. Patience is of essence here right now. Once again, in the stock market, the institutions love retail buyers, retail investors. Why? Because retail investors have no patience. That's why you could always win the retail. Okay, I'm telling you the trader's playbook, SHF trader's playbook. Retail have no patience. Tank the price. They'll get disappointed and they'll move along, sell and go away, and then we can cover. All right? So that is in the SHF trader's playbook. SHF traders love retail because retail have no patience. They buy and they hold for a while and they have no patience, then they sell. Okay? Yes, it costs you to buy, but you're only using money that you can afford. And you buy a company that has long-term growth. E-commerce transformation, e-sport transformation, moving into NFT, metaverse. Oh, that is a huge, growing, exploding market. So some comments of the viewers are saying, oh, what, Andy, you're saying it's a value long-term buy now, so it's not a MOAS? You have to, the product itself has to have good value for it to go MOAS, right? If the product itself is not good, no content inside, how can it MOAS? It's not sustainable. The product itself has to be good and has to be very, very growth-worthy and sustainable for it to have MOAS, because it's a future, right? If the product is something that has no content, not sustainable, not long-term, got a lot of debt, no future, or at least not very good future, then how could it MOAS? It might FOMO, it might squeeze, but it will not MOAS, right? MOAS means something that has very small float, shorted many times over. Ape's retail buy and hold, won't let go, tightly grip, not distracted, no distraction, grip, 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 buy, buy, buy. So the same thing as VW squeeze will happen, because Porsche and the German government just buy, 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 hold. They don't care about the price. Buy, 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 hold, hold, buy, 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 hold, hold, hold. Price goes low, don't care. Price go very low, don't care, don't care. Price go very, very low, don't care, don't care, don't care. That is a true so-called, quote-unquote, diamond hand, okay? If that is the case, then the float will be very small, the squeeze will be very high. But back to that issue, the product itself, the company itself has to have future, no debt, lots of cash, growth, engine really strong, growing, 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 transforming, e-commerce, e-sport, NFT, metaverse, okay, then it grows. If the company has that, it will attract institutional buyers, whales, and retail, and then with the strategy, personal opinion of buy and hold, then the SHF, who doesn't see it that way, they keep shorting it, providing discount for retail and apes on such good news as this company is to be included on August 4th into the S&P mid-cap 400, and yet still short it. I don't know why. If I'm SHF, if I'm really the red team, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. But they're doing it, right? But yes, they are. Because they are going by the old school trader's playbook, thinking that the retail see the price action going down, will be disappointed, and will fear, and will panic, and will sell in panic, sell in fear, and sell in disappointment. Then we, the SHF, can cover, okay? Again, it boils down to psychology. Speaking of which, psychology. So, see, I'm the SHF old school trader. I want the retail to know that even if this company is included in the S&P Mid-Cap 400, the price still goes down. See, there's no value in the company. See, you have to sell, 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 go away, right? And while they're doing that to make you sell so that they could cover at a lower price, they sell their long positions in PayPal after the earnings is really good. Sell, big chunk, price goes down. You could check the charts. Sell Facebook, price goes down. Sell Tesla, price goes down. Sell Netflix, price goes down to get cash for upcoming possible margin call. Because I know I shorted a lot. I know there's a possibility of margin call. Okay? So that's it. Collar gets up, right? So, okay. After good news, SHF short GME to make the price go down, to make the retail become disappointed, lose patience, sell and go away. Yeah. If in the case the retail, the apes don't go away, keep on buying and holding, then the SHF has to wait and wait and wait to cover. Because you have to cover, right? You cannot just short. More and more short position appear in the books. You have to cover in order to, you cover at a lower price, you make profit. You cover at a higher price, you make a loss. You have to cover. Same thing. The retail, you buy a stock, AMC, GME. In order to take profit, you have to sell, right? You sell at a lower price than you bought, you make a loss. You sell at a higher price than you bought, you make a profit. So for the retail, when you buy, you enter into a long position. At some time in the future, you have to sell in order to close that position, to take profits. If you sell at a higher price, or make a loss if you sell at a lower price. Same thing for the SHF. They have to cover sometimes, right? If they cover at a lower price, they make a profit. If they cover at a higher price, they make a loss. So it works same way for both sides. It's just who has more patience? Retail has more patience, or the SHF has more patience? I don't know. You tell me. You tell me. Okay? Oh, you tell yourself. Have you got the patience? Yes, it costs you to buy, but does it cost you anything to hold? Yes, it costs the SHF to short. Does it cost the SHF to hold that short position? Okay. There is a risk on the SHF side. If they shorted GME or AMC at, say, $72, they shorted AMC at $72. Okay, now I'm using AMC as an example. The maximum profit they will get is $72 when AMC goes to zero, right? Short at 72, cover at zero. The profit of the SHF is $72. But, so the profit is limited, but the risk is unlimited. How high could AMC go? Don't know. How high could GME go? I don't know. So you're the retail. You're entering into a long position, right? You buy AMC at, even if you bought it $72, okay, at a high price. Even if you bought GME at $483. For one share, how much could you lose? Oh, for GME, bought one share at $483. The most you could lose is $483. How much could the SHF lose if they shorted at, even if they shorted at $483? What if GME price goes way up? Is there a limit? So there's no limit to the loss. So there's no possible limit to the loss of the SHF. But your loss is only at the price that you entered if it goes to zero, correct? So what I'm saying is, who has more advantage? Who has more peace of mind? The retail. You're entering into a long position at AMC, buy at $72. The most you could lose is AMC goes to zero. You lose $72 per share. But if AMC really goes high, which I believe it will, if it goes high, how much could the SHF lose? They could lose a lot, right? What's the limit up there? I don't know. So there's no limit. What's the limit to the profit of the SHF? They shorted at $72. The most they could make is AMC goes to zero. It goes to zero. They make $72, but I don't think AMC will go to zero. You don't think so too, right? Same thing. Okay. So in each trade, there's a buy and sell. Okay. There are people going long. There are people going short. The shorts have infinite risk. The longs have finite risk. Plus the fact it doesn't cost you anything to just hold. The SHF, to hold their short positions, they have to pay interest. They have to kick the FTD cans down the road. They have to use so many ways to hide their short positions. They have to even pay fines. Well, the regulatory bodies coming up with fines on them. Fine, fine me. I'll just, it's part of the cost of operating business. So fine is also occurring on the SHF side. It is part of the cost of doing business. It is costing the SHF more than it is costing you to hold. Way more. Way more, okay? So, well, I am being sarcastic if I say this. When you sell, you're doing a favor to the SHF. You're sympathizing SHF. They spent so much money to short. They spend so much money to hold their short positions. I sympathize you, SHF. I'm going to sell my long position in GME and AMC to you so that you could cover. That is what you do when you sell. They need your shares to cover. Honestly, that is a fact. I keep saying this. SHF, no matter how powerful they are, HF, big HF, or bigger HF who has NM powers, they can make it short, but they cannot make it cover. They could create synthetic shares. Yes, and price goes down, right? Use put options to short, then price goes down, right? It's a short-term win for them, the SHF, but it's a long-term lose for them because they have to cover down the road. How are they going to cover? They need your shares. They need your shares to cover, or else they can't cover. Synthetic or not, the shares you bought is a share, whether or not it was created synthetically or not. They need your shares to cover at the end, okay? Repeat, at the end of the day, you have to sell your long positions to have profit, or if you make a loss, you make a loss. When you close your long position, you sell, right? Same thing for the SHF. They have to close their short position by buying back. They shorted AMC at 72. If that's the case, if they buy back at $0, then they make $72. But if AMC goes way up, their loss, their risk is infinite. Same applies to GME, okay? ApeAndy loves AMC and GME. Some people say I use GME too much as an example. Okay, I'll use AMC as an example. Same thing, okay? Be strong, apes, and the SHF, they are counting on you to sell so that they could cover. That's the bottom line. There are many trickery. There are many tricks up their sleeves. They use all of them. for the sole purpose of making you sell. Sell, sell, sell. Are you going to do that? Ask yourself, okay? Be strong, apes. ApeAndy loves AMC and Jimmy.